There are three things that create a shift and an adaptation and a change, whether you're trying to build muscle, even burn fat by having good, strong muscle with the right density, having strength or getting stronger. Muscular damage, mechanical tension, metabolic stress. Muscular damage is the time under tension. So it's how long am I working the muscle for? So it could be 5 reps, say bicep curl, where I'm doing it 5 seconds really slow, up and down. Or it could be 30 reps. There's a long time under tension. So how long am I working the muscle for is going to determine, to a degree, the amount of muscular damage that I'm exposing it to, which is great. That's what training is. They're micro tears and they recover. Micro tears, they recover. Mechanical tension, how heavy? Sometimes body weight stuff's fine, that's the answer. Like for me to do a pull-up, there's more value in that, even though I can't do as many, than there is in doing a lat pull-down. Almost the same movement. If I'm in a certain area of my program, a lat pull-down's going to serve me better because I'm going to have a better blend, which we'll go through. Mechanical tension, how heavy am I lifting? Metabolic stress. Recovery. How long is the recovery period? You could do a circuit, it's like CrossFit, you know, there's not much recovery period, but sometimes they do strength. That's why CrossFit really worked. And it's not that the trainers or the people, it's the foundation of methodology, that there's a lot of variation, and it bounces between this. What we want to have, if we're looking at muscular damage, mechanical tension, metabolic stress, similar to the old circles of significance, we want to try and hit that sweet spot and to get all three. What does that look like? Well, if we're going to go muscular damage, mechanical tension, metabolic stress, it might be 4 sets of 10 push-ups, 5 bench press. So it's going to be reasonably heavy weight, it's only 5 reps. And then a 200-metre row. Awesome, we've got some good muscular damage in there, there's some good time under tension, we've got some good strength there, you can go reasonably heavy. Now the metabolic stress is relative to the rest period. If I rest 2 minutes per set, completely different workout. If I have no rest, that's high, because there's no rest. I'm just going, I'm going, I'm going, that's your conditioning. I could make that 5 push-ups with a plate on my back. This is more, this is slightly less. I could do 3 sets of 5 back squats with 4 minutes rest. This is almost non-existent. You're resting like 4 minutes in between sets. To make sense of all of this, fellas, what you need to establish is something that's going to work for you, that's going to be safe to have longevity in what you do. Whether you train at home bodyweight program, whether you train at the gym, to ask yourself, how can I hit all 3, but do it in a way that's safe and done properly and that I enjoy as well? Like, we're not here to flog ourselves. I don't even flog myself in the gym. The last 12 weeks, the training has been more around this, a little bit less intensity. I'm having rest every set. We'll hit some upper body stuff, but before that, I just want to go through the biomechanics here when we're looking at mobility and stability joints. What I established when I did my knee is I was strapping my groin all the time. It was tight from running a lot, and my hips were tight, and I'd strap my ankles, typical footy. Which means these 2 mobility joints were completely confined. So my knee joint, which is a stability joint, was then put under a pressure and a demand to stabilise and mobilise any movement that I engage with, which meant when I got crunched in a tackle, it had to be stable, it had to be mobile, and it was way too mobile, which took away the stability. Bang, pop, snapped. Biceps, triceps. Next time you see a documentary, look at lions, you'll see it. They got biceps, they got triceps, levers. That's how most organisms, or at least ones with spines, work. They're a series of levers. So when we're pushing chest, triceps, shoulders, pulling back biceps. Same with weights. If there's anything above your hips and you want to move it, it's a squat or a carry if you're walking. Which is why we don't deadlift like this. When the weight's below your hips, it's a hinge. Deadlift, we're hinging. We're using our arse because we don't have something through our spine. It's in front of our spine. That's our centre. This is our centre. So when I'm in front of my spine, what I need to do, I need to use load and force to counter that, and I'm literally shooting my ass back to counter the weight that's in front of me, which means, guess what? that it cancels out that, beautiful, we've got equilibrium. When I squat and it's on my spine, beautiful. I can go up and down, I can bend my knees, it's safe. When it's below me, I'm hinging and countering the weight that's in front of my center of gravity. When I'm pushing and pulling, like all exercises, I'm setting. Set the power dot, row. Opposite, press. Pull, opposite, push. And that's when you actually look at it, you're like, oh, it's exactly the same. It just depends on where the resistance is coming from and where I'm moving it. I'm actually working one set of muscle groups or the other. That lat pull down that Cowman's sitting on, unreal. Because the mechanics are up there, it's going to be back exercise. But if you're sitting and you have a set of dumbbells, the exact same movement is actually going to be a press. That makes sense? So with our bench press here, we're laying down sure, but it's almost going to be the same as when we're sitting down, we're about to do that seated row in pushing, pulling. Very important. If you're ever going to do things like push-ups, and it's why we're looking at building out gear, getting the sandbags, the weighted bags, so your home program can really counter the pushing, which is pretty dominant in bodyweight exercises. You know, it's quads, it's push-ups. When we bring that bag in, which we've got coming next year, awesome, you can counter that, because every time you're pushing, you should definitely counter it with a pull. That's going to set your shoulder blades better. You want good posture in that power dot, shitload of pulling. I do double. When I do a chest day, I do push and pull. When I do a back day, I do just back. So I'm always doubling what I push every week. That keeps me set. I'm going to push up and then shoulder blades back. See how I've set there? I'm not rounded, I'm pulling in. Slow on the way down, roughly around the nipples, push up. So middle of the chest, push up. Control on the way down. Exactly what Wayne said. Set yourself first, holding the bar. Always check your grip. Even though this is light and I can do it, you can tell that's way off. Always check your grip. Control on the way down and push up. The range is great. Just to there is good. If I go further, shoulders come forward, traps come on. Wrong. It's not always about the range. It's about the quality through the range. Not too wide. I'm broken here. My shoulders are separate and isolated. They're one. Looking up slightly, lean back a bit if you need to, and pull. See the difference between that and that? Setting. Now look, if I'm tired and I want to do a bit of this and I can stretch and it's a lightweight, yeah, I can feel that through my lats, that's okay. More often than not, we want to reinforce those intrinsic muscles that are going to set us better for life. Not how far can I push the range or how much can I yank or weight. Okay? So I set myself and I row.